channel by Unacademy here on YouTube. As always, I am back with another video to help you prepare for your IELTS test. Now, this particular video is in continuation to the video that I did yesterday. This is it's part of 6 videos that I'll be doing around idioms. I'm so sorry, just pulling up your comments. All right, so yeah, as I was saying, so yes, it's part of one of the 6 videos that I am doing on idioms here on the YouTube channel to help you prepare for your IELTS test. Hey Pachu, welcome to the class. How are you? Right. So in yesterday's lesson, we did 5 idioms, right? Where I explained first of all, I explained what are idioms and why is it that we use those. And then I also got into the details of 5 different idioms, explaining how to use those idioms, what are their meanings, what are their origins, right? And use those in sample sentences. I'm going to do the same today as well. Today, I will pick up 5 new idioms, explain the meanings, use those in sample sentences, and thus help you understand how is it that these idioms could be useful on your speaking test. But guys, before I get started, there's one thing I want to make very clear. This is something I made clear in yesterday's video as well. Knowing a few idioms will not help you score a high band score if overall your language is weak. So always focus on your language first. Get your language sorted. Your overall English should be strong. Only then will it make any difference knowing these idioms. Let me also tell you, you can score a band 8 on speaking without using a single idiom. All right. But you could use 100 idioms and not score a band 5 if you do not know how to use those, or if the foundation of your language is not clear, if it is not strong, if you do not know how to form a simple sentence. All right. That being said, please do learn the idioms I'm teaching you today and use these if and only if it is correct to do so. Now, before I get to those idioms, I would like to tell you a little more about myself. My name is Manil. I am a Plus educator on Unacademy's platform called Unacademy Plus. What is Unacademy Plus? Unacademy Plus is a platform within the Unacademy app where tutors such as I are taking scheduled and structured courses to help you prepare for the IELTS test. I offer 2 such courses. One is the grammar course. You can also call it the language course, and the other is the IELTS course. Now, why these 2 courses? Why not just one? Well, this one is for those of you who are average, below average, or weak at English. You first need to improve your English. There are no 2 ways to appearing for the IELTS test. It's simple, it's straightforward. You improve your English. So this particular course helps you improve your language, right? This is for 3 weeks, runs from Monday to Friday. And currently the timing is 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the evening. And the IELTS course is for those of you who are already good at English, above average, good, very good, excellent at English, and straight away just need to prepare for the test, get some guidance in terms of how to answer a particular kind of question, or how to approach the writing tasks, or what is the correct strategy to answer a speaking question. This course again is for 3 weeks, has been split into 3 sub courses, each for a week. One is a listening and speaking course, one is the listening and speaking course, the other is the reading course, and the third one is the writing course. Again, the classes are run from Monday to Friday, and the current timing of the classes is 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Now, to join these lessons, you need to subscribe to the Unacademy Plus platform, and there is a fee that you need to pay when you subscribe. For 1 month, that fee is 2,700 rupees, and for 3 months, which is what I recommend for those of you who are average or below at English, and the fee for that one is 6,600 rupees. But if you use my code Manil Live, you will get a 10% discount and the fee reduces to 2,430 rupees for a month and 6,000 rupees for 3 months. All right. So that is the lowdown on how to join me for these lessons on Unacademy Plus. Now, coming to the topic at hand, which is idioms. So these were the idioms that we did yesterday. Come hell or high water, back to square one, to dodge a bullet, look through someone, have a narrow escape. Today we will learn the next 5 idioms. The first one being to get a kick out of something. What does it mean to get a kick out of something? Well, one second, let me just bring up my own notes. To get a kick out of something means to have fun out of doing something, that you enjoy doing a particular certain something. One second, I am so sorry, I ended up closing my own notes. Yeah. For example, you are somebody who likes to cook, let's say. All right. So what happens is that when you start cooking, you get this extra pleasure of joy. All right. So you're really happy. You're very happy that there is this certain something that you're doing. All right. So to get a kick out of something means to enjoy doing something. Right. Usually when you use this particular idiom, you use it in a negative connotation, right? For example, he gets a kick out of troubling all his bosses, right? So what I mean to say here is that this person enjoys troubling his bosses. So for example, you're in a morning meeting and your boss just asks for simple figures in terms of what were your sales yesterday, but you know that you can you can very easily trouble your boss by trying to throw a few numbers here and there, just mess around with him, and that will give you more pleasure. So you get a kick out of troubling your boss. So he gets a kick out of troubling all his bosses. At the same time, like I said, you can also use it with a positive connotation. Something like she gets a kick out of trekking through high passes. All right. So that is another way of. So this is a positive connotation when it comes to using this particular idiom, to get a kick out of something. So that is the first idiom for the day. Let's move on to the next one, which is to do something for kicks. Now this one is very similar. To get a kick out of something, to do something for kicks, is particularly, so when you do something, you get a kick out of it, right? But here you know that you will enjoy something, so you deliberately do this. So and this in most cases this is used for a negative connotation. So to do something deliberately because you enjoy doing so. All right. So for example, he hides the teacher's pen purely for the kicks, right? So what he does, he hides the teacher's pen purely for the kicks. So do something, hide the teacher's pen for the kicks, right? So that is how you use this particular idiom. He hides the teacher's pen purely for the kicks. Or another example could be, we go bungee jumping for the kicks, right? Now this could For some, this could mean negative. This could be a negative connotation because you're like, oh, you're putting yourself in the way of harm. Why would you do so? Bungee jumping is something where you could get hurt very easily. But for others, it may not be. Like for me, it would not be a negative thing. I mean, just the excitement of going for a bungee jump would probably, yes, leave me all winded up, which is like, you're breathing heavily, panting. But at the same time, the kicks that I'll get out of doing this would be unbelievable, right? So again, in most cases, yes, you use it for another person in a negative connotation, but for some, that negative connotation may also sound positive. Next, jump for joy. This one is a very interesting idiom because it always shows happiness. To jump for joy means to be happy that something happened. Something has happened or something happened, right? To use it in a sample sentence, very straightforward, very simple. He jumped for joy when he saw he had 8,777 on IELTS. They jump for joy each time you bring out the treats for them. All right, so to jump for joy means to, so in a way you jump out of joy, right? So see, the origin of this idiom is very simple. You've seen kids, right? When you do something nice for them, they are happy and then they'll start jumping, right? So that is where the origin of this idiom lies. When you see people jump for, so eventually, of course, probably you're not really jumping for joy when something good happens, but you still say it, oh, this guy almost looked like he'll jump for joy when he saw the new car roll into the driveway, right? Something like that. So this is how you use jump for joy. Float or walk on air. You could say float on air or walk on air, which means to be, again, jump for joy, float on air, walk on air, or almost the same. Be elated that something has happened. Exactly the same thing. So for example, she has been floating on air ever since she has received her acceptance letter to Cambridge. Yeah, you see that? So you're so happy that you're sort of walking in the clouds, like floating in the air. So you're so happy, you're so elated that you're off the ground. You're just off the ground. The happiness has taken you off the ground and you're just floating around now. So she has been floating on air ever since she has received her acceptance letter to Cambridge, right? So that is one way. So that is walking on air. You will see them walk on air when they see the puppies my dog delivered today, right? So that is how you can also use walk on air. All right, something makes your day. So this is that there is something that happened that made, again, it's very similar to float on air or to jump for joy, right? It means you are happy that something happened. All right, so how do you use this? You coming over for dinner has made my day. So what is the something? The something is you coming over for dinner has made my day. Watching India crush Pakistan in under 19 World Cup has made my day. All right. So this is how you use he. Fair enough. Yeah. Good examples, Pachu. Yeah. So this is how you use something makes your day. So we've done 5 idioms today in this particular video. Something makes your day. Float on air, walk on air, jump for joy, do something for kicks, and get a kick out of something. So those are the 5 idioms. You can use these while speaking. These are basically to show happiness about something or to show that you're doing something for happiness, right? Or for the joy of it. And yes, use those in that context. Like I said earlier, please don't just randomly start using these idioms just because you've learned these now. And like I said, if you really want to take your preparation for the test up by one level, join me on Unacademy Plus, where through my structured courses you can study with me. Use the code Manil Live to get a 10% discount while subscribing. That will bring down your fee by quite a reasonable margin. And I hope to see you there. Other than that, there are a few more lessons. As I said, there are a total of 6 lessons as part of the series. We are already done with 2. I'll see you in about 10 minutes with the next one. So make sure you're watching that as well. Until then, thank you for joining in. Keep practicing, not mock tests, your language. And remember, for IELTS, keep it simple and stick to the basics. Goodbye.